Hello and welcome. In this video we're going to be discussing how to create a segmentation query. Segmentation is a tool best used for tracking events over time. With segmentation you can build KPIs and metrics to measure customer activity and create user segments based on customer behaviors and attributes. We'll be using data from a fictional subscription box company that specializes in pet products. It's called very simply Petbox. The data in this demo is for example purposes only. To begin, we'll first start by accessing the tool, which is found underneath the Analyze tab in the top left. So we'll click that tab and then select Segmentation from the list. Now I like to start every query in Indicative by first asking a question of the data. And in this case I want to know, what country do most of our customers come from? I find asking a question first helps to provide a framework from which to use to build the query around. Every segmentation query in Indicative will start by first selecting an event. The event is basically going to be the action that we're tracking over time. And in this case, if I'm curious about my customers, ultimately I'm going to be interested in our conversion event, which here in this data set is called subscribe. So when I click select an event, I'll get a searchable drop-down list, and I will search for subscribe and then select it from the list. Now additionally, we have the option to track the number of times an event occurred, or take a look at the number of users who performed that event or action. To cycle between the two, we'll find where it says total count of, right to the left of the event, and we'll click there and then select users who performed to cycle between the two. Now if you can see here, as I hover my cursor over the event, or the word subscribe in this case, you'll see I get in gray group by, filter where, and did or did not perform options listed below. These are the three means that we can use to get more granular with our results. So in this case, if I'm looking to see what country our users come from, what I want to do is group the customers by their country. So I'll select group by from the list, and you'll see when I click group by, we get more searchable drop-down lists. This time we have a list of event properties, user properties, and then any user segments that we've created. So to find out where our customers are coming from, I will look under the user property list and then scroll down to find country. I need to give Indicative a date range. It's preset to look at the last 7 days, but if I click where it says that, I'll get a calendar I can use to create a custom date range and a list of preloaded date ranges to choose from on the right. Let's expand this out to look at the last 30 days. Right next to that date range, you'll see the word daily. In here, I can choose to have the information relate to me: hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. In this case, I think looking at it on a weekly basis makes sense. So now that I have all that information in there, I'll click the play button to actually initialize and run the query. So as we look at the results, we can see that we're looking at the top 5 breakout groups of a total of 182. We can filter between the top and the bottom 5 all the way through 50 results. Beyond just having the information relayed to me in a line graph, if I click up here in the top right where it says line, you can see I can cycle between a line graph, a table, we have an area and bar chart option, as well as a stacked bar chart, and even a pie graph. Within segmentation, we also have the ability to create custom calculations. An example of that might look like this. So first let's clear all of this away, and we'll start by asking a new question. Now within Petbox, customers don't have to just subscribe to be customers. They can also make one-off purchases within a store. So maybe for this example, we're going to be asking the question, how many purchases do customers make on average? So to actually find this information out, what I'll need to do is first select my conversion event, which in this list is found under purchase product. And then I'm going to duplicate that. But instead of taking a look at the total number of times this happened, I'm going to instead change this letter B option to users who performed. Now from here, to create a calculation, I'll move my cursor down along this line to this little create custom calculations button on the right hand side. And as I click that, first it'll ask me for a name. So I'll name this average number of purchases made. We need to then align our A and B values to, in this case, a numerator and a denominator. So I'll put the total event count up above in my numerator and the total user count down below in the denominator. I'll then click calculate, run the query, and now we can see here in our results, we have the green bars representing my A value, purple bar is representing my B value, or the total number of purchases, relative to the total number of users who made the purchases, and then this blue line is going to show me the average number of purchases made by customers on each specific date. For now, happy analyzing.